Welcome to Nintendo Ninja News. I'm host Chris Dices, and we are here to talk about a bit about what games do I expect um, the Nintendo Switch to have next year. Now, we haven't really heard anything about what games are coming out for 2018, so we do know that we've heard, just getting some dust off, we have heard information about a new Kirby game and a new Yoshi game. I would say that it wouldn't be too hard for those games to be produced and to be released next year. So I would say that those two games will be down. Now, franchises that I believe that will appear next year is Animal Crossing. I absolutely think that will be out next year. I feel with the Animal Crossing Pocket Camp out on smartphone devices, and I believe that the main Animal Crossing game will be out from next year. Now, there was going to be a Wii U version of Animal Crossing, but apparently it was cancelled, and they probably just moved it across to the Switch, or they just put it away and say we'll come back to that later on when the console when a new console arrives. And Animal Crossing New Leaf has sold over 10, 11 million copies worldwide, and that's done extremely well for itself. So you probably shouldn't be too upset about waiting just a little while longer for those Animal Crossing fans. I think that um, it would be worth the wait. And Pocket Camp is a fine game, but I want the true sort of gaming experience where I'm not paying microtransactions or waiting to do things in the game, all those sort of things that you deal with smartphone games. Now, I think the other game that they'll bring over is probably Smash Brothers. I feel like next year that Super Smash Brothers will come out next year. I have heard that they've been porting the game, and that's been taking a little while. Now, they might do Super Smash Brothers Deluxe version or something like that. I don't know. But I don't think it's going to be a whole new game. I think it would be similar treatment to Mario Kart 8, which got Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Now, I think they will probably include a couple of fan favorite characters into it, and probably a bunch of new stages, maybe a new mode or something. But I think it will be fairly the same experience that you'll get on the Wii U. Obviously, now that you can take Smash Brothers portable, and on the TV screen there's going to be quite a few choices and ways to play Smash Brothers as opposed to the Wii U and the 3DS. So I think that that's another game that will probably pop into the 2018 calendar. Now, the one that's a bit iffy is Pokemon. Now, we've already got Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. It's a very good game. It's a very nice enhanced version of it. And I'm not too sure about it. I don't want Game Freak to be rushed or pressured by Nintendo. I know that by some rumors that Nintendo's sort of going, come on, Game Freak, get this game out. And it's obviously going to be the 8th generation of Pokemon, which could mean that we're going up to 900 Pokemon now, which is crazy numbers. But I think with things like the Pokemon Bank, which I think I can 100% guarantee that will come to the Switch, and whatever new game arrives on it, that would be fantastic, and we can play our Pokemon games portable and on the TV for the first time. I think that it will come out next year. I'm sort of pushing to a yes, because if there's no Pokemon for November, there's nothing else that that comes to mind in terms of what could replace Pokemon. So I think that's a goodish chance of Pokemon coming for 2018. Now, other franchises, Legend of Zelda, no, we've already got a game out. A main Mario game, no. Would they do a 2D Mario game? I think it's too soon. I think if they do want some sort of Mario presence, maybe they could do a Mario Party game or a Mario Sports game. My bet would be to port Super Mario Maker. Actually call it Super Mario Maker 2. Give it a new sequel. Yes, you can easily just use the screen to do the touchscreen stuff and add stuff, and then just pop it into the TV mode to play the levels. Or there's You don't need a second screen to do Super Mario Maker. On the Wii U, it was really, really useful, and probably one of the few times where the Wii U gamepad actually came in handy. However, it's not impossible to do it on other consoles. I mean, you've got Minecraft on every console possible, and that uses like a sort of a sandbox, sort of, you know, lots of options to pick and choose and make your own little world. And that can be the same for Super Mario Maker. I think they could expand it and try to build up a community for that again. I would buy that game again. Yeah, I think that would be fun to do. Because on Nintendo Ninja News, we did some of those levels. We played some of people's levels, and they were very popular, and people liked it, and I was happy about it. And it's a good game. It was good fun to play. So, now in terms of other franchises, F-Zero, Star Fox, things like that, I would like them to try F-Zero as a different type of racing game, or Star Fox, and actually try to do something about it. Now, I don't think any of those games could come out, but you never know, you never know. Now, the other one is Metroid Prime 4. That's another game that we know that's coming out. And no, I don't think it's coming out in 2018. We haven't heard a peep out of it. I think you may get a small little snippet, little trailer piece for it at the beginning of next year. The earliest, if for some reason they wave some magic and the development of this game is much quicker, maybe this time next year, December 2018. But I say it would be a good 2019 game, but I would really want a bit more of a focus on Metroid and these other franchises now that all these big games are already out. Splatoon's already out, Mario Kart, Mario and Zelda. So the exciting part actually begins from next year. Because the first year, we all got the franchises that we know and love. Now, Nintendo's got the time and ability, and probably now the money, to focus on the other franchises that's been left a bit dead for the past few years, or ones that may need a bit of a Breath of the Wild treatment or an Odyssey treatment in terms of breaking a bit of new ground in it. So I think that is what will happen out of that. So for any other games, I'm not too sure, and that's sort of the release schedule that I sort of have in my mind. I think Animal Crossing could come out middle of next year. Yoshi and Kirby, I feel like we'll get them in the first 6 months. If there is a new Pokemon that's coming in the second half of the year. But there are probably other games that are coming out that I don't know of. But it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting because it's all the franchises that we know and love and we haven't seen much of. We'll see what will happen. So, and I wouldn't mind a Luigi's Mansion 3. Just putting that out there. So, that's all I can think about. Tell us in the comments or in the comments, or comment to me what games would you like to see for the Nintendo Switch in 2018. But we'll see what will happen then. So, that's it for me, and I shall see you later on.